Hi, I'm Sophie Robinson, interior designer and columnist for House Beautiful magazine. And today I'm going to be showing you how I decorate my home for Christmas. Do you want to come and have a look? Christmas is the perfect time to unleash your inner maximalist. I mean, it is the season of abundance, of more is more, and I think it's a great opportunity to completely switch your home up, bring in all the colour, all the glitter, all the sparkle, and create a really festive, joyful space to celebrate Christmas with your friends and family. So I'm going to show you how I do it. So over here, this is my tree. First of all, I always have to have a real Christmas tree, and it's a real part of our Christmas tradition, going to the local Christmas tree farm, picking one out, dragging it home and putting it in our living room. There's something about the bonkersness of a real tree in my house which I really enjoy, but it's also the smell. So that's where I start, and then it's all about layering more and more baubles. Now, these baubles I've collected over many years. I don't tend to really buy a lot of decorations every year. It's more about adding to my ever-growing collection. So some of these baubles here have some really fond memories. For example, this little angel my husband and I bought in South Africa on our honeymoon. There's a few of Arthur's little handmade decorations that he made when he was really, really small, as well as baubles that I've picked up from DIY stores. But I also like to add some new pieces every year. I've just found these little beaded bugs, which I absolutely love. So that's my new addition to my tree this year. And also these bows. I think when you're designing a maximalist tree, it's all about creating visual impact. So if you can put something large on the tree, either oversized baubles, I've got a few of those, but a big bow is a really quick, easy and affordable way to get a splash of colour that really kind of punctuates the tree, because the tree is quite dark, so bright satin ribbons look amazing. I just bought these on the roll. I've tied them on, left the bow nice and long, snipped them off, and I think they look fab. So that's my little update for the tree this year. Now, my favourite decoration to use at Christmas has to be these honeycomb paper balls. I've had these for years, and what's so brilliant about them is they fold away completely flat, and you can store them away and bring them out next Christmas. They're very affordable, but what I love is they bring all the colour, all the impact. That's what you want from a maximalist Christmas. So I have them piled up on side tables. I might have them hanging down the banisters in the hallway, or a great idea is to add a huge bundle of them under the tree, because the tree always looks so empty at Christmas until all the presents start arriving. So shove loads of paper balls under there, and it kind of really finishes off the tree in the corner of the room. Make every corner of your home feel Christmassy. For example, I've styled up this sideboard with fresh, colourful flowers, a bit of twinkly candlelight. There's even a few Christmas decorations here. And here's a good idea, Christmas crackers. You usually get hidden in a drawer until the big day, but why not stack them up and have them on display? Now, the Christmas table, I feel, is a great opportunity to really let rip with your creative flair. Bring all the colour and make the table feel really, really special and celebratory. In fact, I probably get more enjoyment and put a bit more effort into laying the table than I do with the cooking. Having said that, I think you also need to be really practical with your Christmas table. This is also a place where people need to sit, be able to talk to one another. You might need to make space to put the sauces and the dishes on the table. So it's important that you keep it quite flexible, and this is how I do it. First of all, along the length of the centre of the table, I love to create a lot of kind of movement and flow and lots of different heights. So I have candlesticks that are tall all the way down to little candlesticks. And it's all about the light, isn't it? I mean, for us with our family, usually we get round to eating more like 3, sometimes even 4 o'clock when the light's really low. So the candlelight really brings the whole table to life. So candles, really super important, and you can't have too many, in my view. And they're easy to move out of the way. Then adding fresh flowers. I think at Christmas, fresh flowers are the ultimate indulgence. And you can again keep it really simple. These are actually just drinking glasses. Just regular glass tumblers, no fancy vases, and just cut all your stems nice and low and pop them in there. Again, you can colour theme them. I'm doing a very kind of like pink and orange and red story on my table this Christmas. Although I've thrown in a few lilacs as well because, you know, why not? I do love all the colours. But they look really pretty, very easy to move out of the way, and they're nice and low so people can still talk over the top of them. I think that's really important. If you want to go the extra mile, you could do a flower cloud. I mean, this is just such an incredible showstopper. Again, not as hard as it looks to create. It's a simple sausage of chicken wire, and then you can snip some evergreen foliage from your garden. You can buy some fresh flowers. These are actually just put into little, let's see if we can get one out, these little test tubes that you can get from your florist, which keeps the fresh flowers fresher for longer. And then you literally just jab them in. I got my husband to put a couple of screws in the ceiling, bit of fishing wire, and it just looks amazing. This will last through the whole festive period into New Year if you keep those flowers nicely drenched. And again, that's really lovely because it hovers above the table, and again, when people are sat down talking to one another, it doesn't get in anyone's way. Now, clearly, candles and flowers aren't enough. For a maximalist tablescape, I'm always looking to add more pops of colour. And a really nice way to do this is just with fruit. Little oranges work really nice. You could use pears, you could use pomegranates. I've even created a big sort of cascading centerpiece in the center of the table to add more color and opulence and texture. And what I love about these is you can just put them in the fruit bowl at the end of the meal and eat them. If you've got a few baubles left over from the tree, you could also just pop them loosely down the center of the table. And it just means that your eye moves down the center, in between the flowers, in between the candlelight, the baubles picking up a bit of sparkle, the fruit adding even more colour, and the whole thing just looks really rich, appetising. So when it comes to china, napkins, these are other really important elements of your Christmas table. I've actually got these plates. I'm so fond of them. This is the Christmas tree design from Spode. This design's 85 years old. It's never gonna date. So I think even though this is quite a contemporary Christmas table, I love having this feeling of nostalgia and having the Christmas plates that come out year on year. And then when it comes to kind of how I've laid the table, I'm just all about simplicity. So a simple folded napkin, I put the side plate on top. I'm not bothering with loads of napkin rings. Sometimes I think the Christmas table can get so cluttered with stuff. There's no placemats. Actually, for the first time ever, I haven't even used a tablecloth because I'm really enjoying this beautiful wood against all these kind of berry jewelry brights. So your table can still look really extravagant and luxurious, but keep it simple and give yourself a break. Thinking about adding even more detail, I think this is such a beautiful idea. Again, really quick, really simple. Evergreen foliage. Just look at where you can add it everywhere in your house. I love it. I think it's really, really festive, and it will last the whole festive season. So this is just a little bunch of kind of like pine branches tied together with brown string, big fat satin bow for that feeling of luxury and colour. I've even added a little tiny bauble, and just pop one on every single chair. And I think these are very simple country kitchen chairs, but actually having this big bow and little foliage garland on the back of each one really elevates the whole space and makes it feel even more special. Christmas is a time for entertaining, and I don't think you need an expensive cocktail cabinet or bar cart. Just put all your glassware in a cupboard. Deep-sided tray is a really lovely way to display all your bottles of booze. You've got everything in one place, and well, it's time to party. So this is our family TV snug, and while the tree and the presents and the main event is happening in the other room, there is still an opportunity to add a little festive touch in here. I think it's all about creating quite a central statement, and here on the coffee table we've got this lovely arrangement of flowers, lots of colourful blooms all crammed into a bowl. I've picked out the reds and the purples and the oranges because they kind of go really nicely in the colour scheme here. But here's the trick: get a few baubles, poke them on a wire, then just nestle them in between the blooms, and well, they give it a bit of festive sparkle. Now, creating the right kind of festive atmosphere is all about lighting, and you'll notice a bit of a theme here. I love a candle. I smatter them absolutely everywhere, from a beautiful scented candle that I've got here on this tray to all the little candles in the window, and I think the lights turned low, it just makes it feel so cozy. And better still, when you're approaching the house at the end of the day, you can see the candles glowing in the windows. It's a gorgeous welcome home. And finally, this amazing rainbow bauble wreath. I found it at the supermarket. It just absolutely had to go in the trolley. Tied it on a ribbon, hung it on a wall light, and my goodness, does that make me smile. So I hope you've enjoyed looking around my home, and I've encouraged you to be a little bit more colourful this festive season. And well, that just leaves me and Lucy to wish you a very Merry Christmas.